Hey guys, what's going on? Voodoo51292 here. As you can see, I'm back home for the weekend. And a lot of you might be very confused right now about the title of this video. So let me preface it first with why I'm making this video, and then we'll go from there. Let me lower this camera a little bit so you can actually see me. There we go. This is spur of the moment video. Obviously this is nothing that I had planned on making, but let me tell you why I'm making it. I just filmed another set of Call of Duty multiplayer, the first time I filmed in like a week, and it was the worst experience I've ever had playing online. I was in multiple lobbies. I'm talking 4 to 5 different lobbies over the course of my playing, in different game modes. The lag was absolutely terrible in every lobby I was in. I didn't play one game where I had a crisp connection. Everybody in the lobbies had awful connections. I was shooting people like crazy. They would not die. I had one match, actually, the last one I played, I believe, where every single kill cam they showed on me, when they went to kill me, I was running in place like somebody doing the Running Man. It was hilarious. And it wasn't gameplay. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fair. I was going absolutely awful kill-death ratios when I know I'm not that bad, because other games I've gone 21-5 when I've had good connections. And it was not enjoyable, and it's not even what I call gameplay. And basically, after that experience, that's kind of pushed me over the edge as far as my frustrations with PlayStation 3, the PSN, and Sony in general. You might have heard on some of my other videos me expressing frustrations with PlayStation and the reasons they can't get anything done over Xbox 360. And this basically brought it to a head. I literally had these experiences about an hour to an hour and a half ago. So after this awful experience and the frustrations I'm having, I have now put into my mind the consideration of asking for an Xbox 360 for my birthday this year, which happens to be May the 12th. So in about 2.5 months from now. Let me run down. I'm almost positive this is going to be cut into a 2-part video, because I have so much I want to talk about. Because this is kind of a big deal. This is kind of a big announcement, obviously, for me to be adding another system and possibly converting all of the main titles I can over to the 360, except for the PS exclusives. And I hope this is something that people watch and understand, especially Sony. Needs to hear something like this, how they're beginning to lose people to the 360, and have been for the whole thing. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about specifics about with me. We all know that Xbox Live is thousands of times better than the PSN. That's not a secret. It's not a surprise. Everyone knows that. And yes, I know that the Xbox Live service costs money, but then again, you get what you pay for. PSN is free, but there's a reason it's free, and there's a lot of repercussions because the PSN is free. A few. Number one, the PlayStation servers suck horribly because they don't have any money to sustain them or buy good ones, because their online service is free, so they have no money. 2, everything basically online related, Xbox gets it first, and significantly first, because they have money from people paying for Xbox Live in order to do this. A couple of good examples. Number 1, the First Strike map pack from Call of Duty Black Ops. Xbox 360 got it in the first week of February. PS3 doesn't get it until March 3rd, and there's nothing special on the PS3 version. It's the exact same DLC that Xbox has. However, it's just getting here a month late. Fallout New Vegas, the very first DLC, Dead Money, Xbox 360 exclusive. I would have loved to play that game, but I didn't even know it existed until I saw it on Darkside Phil's channel, because it's a 360 exclusive. And so those are just a couple examples of stuff that continues to come out online, and whatever it has to do with online content, the 360 gets it first, and it's better. So yeah, I understand I have to pay money for Xbox Live, but you know what? I'm fine with paying money because I pay all this money for the system and the games anyway, I might as well have an internet or a service that works and that I can actually enjoy because I pay my $60 for these games. There's really no point in spending all this money for games like Black Ops, which I just bought brand new a couple of weeks ago, to be playing online and have the experience I just had. It's obscene, and it's pointless. So let me open my delicious drink here because I know this is going to be quite a long video of me venting, and I must stay hydrated. All right. So, yeah, I understand that Xbox Live costs money. However, I'm willing to pay for something that doesn't suck horribly. Enough said. Now, another big reason that I'm thinking about adding an Xbox is Sony cannot get any contracts and cannot sign any properly and cannot hold any. A few examples. I just found out from my friend Dave the other day that actually there were some major game titles that were supposed to be PS3 exclusives that were not because Sony could not get the contracts. Now, I don't know if this is a factual statement or not, but I'm going to tell you what he told me. He told me that I know Assassin's Creed was on the list. I don't know. He told me some more big ones. I don't really remember. I think maybe he said Dead Space were supposed to be PS3 exclusive titles, but they couldn't get the contract, so they went to 360. Now, again, I don't know. I don't have anything to back that up. I don't have any proof of that, but it wouldn't be surprising if that was the case. Knowing Sony's, record right now with contracts. Another example is, again, going back to the online content and the fact that 360 always gets it first. Sony is not able, because they don't have the money, one, because their service is free, and two, because they're last in the console war, below Wii and 360 by significant numbers. They don't have the money to offer these game companies to get the incentives to get the games first. So they're always behind 360, which is really aggravating to me considering I'm a PS3 owner only at this point. I have to play everything late, and I have to play a crappier version of it, which is not very fair. And my biggest example would be, for instance, this year's E3 was the first one I really watched and paid attention to and followed, and I was extremely interested, obviously, in Sony's press conference because it's the console I own. And what was hilarious was their two giant announcements. The first one is that they're making a new Twisted Metal. Now, I'm sure there's some people out there that got really excited about that. Me personally, I don't give a shit. I don't care that they're making Twisted Metal for PlayStation 3. I could care less. And they spent forever talking about it. And I understand it was a big deal back in the day, but I just can't see that many people, flipping over and doing backflips and somersaults because they're making another Twisted Metal. I mean, I'm sure it's a big deal for some people, but speaking for me, I don't care. And their other big announcement was Portal 2. Now, look what a joke this is, because Sony has an awful record at E3, going all the way back to the launch of the PlayStation 3, which that entire press conference was a joke. Their big announcement this year was that when Portal 2 was first announced, and when I saw it first in Game Informer, it was listed only for PC and Xbox 360, were the only systems were supposed to get it. So PlayStation uses one of their big announcements to announce, hey, Portal 2 is coming to the PlayStation. Are you joking me? So, instead of your big announcement being, hey, this is something neat we're doing to sell our system over the 360, or hey, this is something unique we're doing, or this is a new franchise we're starting, especially on PS3. No, their big announcement is, hey guys, guess what? Congratulations, we were able to not fall behind again on 360. That's exactly what that announcement was. 360 and PC already had contracts. 360, since that's what we're talking about, already had a contract to get Portal 2. And PS3's big announcement was that, hey, we didn't screw up, and we were able to not fall. We were able to keep up with the competition. That's our big announcement. We were able to not fall behind 360 in yet another category. When I saw that, I was just staring at the TV like, are you serious? That's your big announcement. Twisted Metal, and the fact that you didn't fall behind your competition and you were able to get Portal 3. I don't know what exactly they had to do to get it. Portal 3, Portal 2. I don't really know exactly what they had to do to get it. Probably use all the money that they would have used on developing new games just to entice Valve to port the game. So that's a joke. As far as Sony's contracts go, they're a joke. 360, they're winning the war over the PS3. They're still behind the Wii, but it doesn't really matter because 360 and PS3 are the two big competitors. Wii is kind of off by itself. I think everybody would agree on that. The big beef that 360 has is with the PS3, and they're beating them by a significant margin, which started at the launch because PS3 decided they were going to launch for $600, and nobody in their right mind was going to go buy a $600 system, especially when they released it with games like Ridge Racer and like Genji or whatever the fuck they released it with. I mean, no one's going to buy that. No one's going to pay $600 for PS3, even if it released with the best titles in the world, let alone releasing with absolutely nothing. So they've been behind since the beginning, and they've really done nothing to catch up. So that's another big reason I'm getting pissed off at PS3, and I'm not at 360. I know that there's more, so let me settle down and think for a minute. I had something else I wanted to talk about in my mind while I was talking about what I just was, but now I forgot. Well, let's see. We've covered that the contracts suck. We've covered that the online for 360 is much, much better. So I guess until I can remember what else I wanted to talk about, we'll talk about the fact that, let's talk about the console exclusives. For PS3, honestly, if somebody asked me a direct trade right now for Xbox 360 over PS3, there's only a couple of reasons I wouldn't go ahead and do it. A, because my friends Tyler and Dave obviously have PS3s and not 360s, and they're my two closest friends, and that's who I play with the most. B, because of Uncharted and Resistance. Period. The rest of the PlayStation 3 exclusives, I can live without. Killzone, I can live without. I'm sorry, I know that breaks a lot of people's hearts, but I'm sorry, I can live without Killzone. I believe Metal Gear Solid has been a PlayStation exclusive, but when I just got off the phone with my friend Chris, talking to him because he has a 360, and we were talking about the pros and cons and stuff like that, and he told me that Metal Gear Solid is coming to 360 soon anyway, which, okay, that's not surprising that Sony lost another exclusive contract. But turn it around and look at the exclusives that Xbox has. Now, we're talking about Halo, which probably is close to selling more copies of Halo, of the Halo franchise, than any of the PS3 exclusives put together. They also have Gears of War, which I've heard nothing but amazing things about. Fable, the same. Left 4 Dead, which I've heard great things about. They had the game Alan Wake last year, which I really wanted to play. 360 exclusive. And of course, as we know, they get all of the exclusive DLCs like Dead Money, and they get all of the map packs and things first. Excuse me, so let's look at the exclusives here. I mean, come on. But I do want to play Uncharted, obviously, and I do want to play Resistance. They are excellent, excellent games that Sony was able to land, which is astonishing, but they were, and they're amazing games that I want to play. But here's the deal. If I get the thing for Christmas, I'm not giving up the PlayStation 3. I'm going to have both. So I can still play Resistance, I can still play Uncharted, and I can still play online games with Tyler and Dave, but I can switch the majority of my major titles to the 360 if I like it better, which is the good news. And I can also keep my Blu-ray for PS3 and everything else. So we're running out of time in this video. I'm going to cut it and come back with a second part, further explaining this new idea and talking about what I'm going to do as far as prep work to see if I want to go through with this. So come back for part 2.